Hi there. I just thought I'd do a little review of my Yamaha CPX15a. As far as their production guitars, this guitar was built in Hamamatsu factory in Japan. And as far as their production, basically guitars, the CPX15a was pretty much the top of the line. It's got all abalone inlay with the binding, and the fret markers are pretty cool. They are international signal flag inlays, and they're the signal flags numbered flags. So the first one is the number 3, and the next one is the international signal flag for number 5 and 7, and so on up the neck. And then it has a really nice inlaid pennant flags around the sound hole. It's all top end woods, ebony, ebony fretboard, and the bridge is ebony, and just really high quality materials, solid top. Now, I always thought that the back and sides were solid as well, but according to some expert online, that the back and sides of this guitar were not solid, but they are laminate, which, as far as I'm concerned, is not a big deal. I think, honestly, the laminates sound every bit as good and hold up way better over time. For example, I have my old Yamaha FG340 right here. I bought this guitar brand new in, I think, 77. It's got this 3-piece back, and you can see it's in really, really good condition. There's not really any kind of destruction. There's a little bit of finish wear. Of course, you can't see that the frets have a bit wear on them because I played the shit out of it for 50 years. And it lived on the boat with me for 10 years, been on countless surf trips down to Baja, California, camping on the beach, raft ups out in the bay, and it's all laminate, and I'm telling you, this thing is just held up beautifully. And the other thing I didn't realize is that because this is all laminate top as well, that it holds tune like you can't believe. I mean, really, you have to get some pretty wild temperature fluctuations to get it to go out of tune. I pulled it out of the case after a month, and it's still in tune. However, I do have with this guitar, and I have a new FG830, which I just love. That's a solid top guitar. Now, that guitar, pretty much got to tune it every time you pick it up. I mean, it stays fairly much in tune, but if you want it in tune, well, you kind of got to tweak it a little bit, and it depends on the temperature and different factors like that. But the laminate guitar just seems to hold tune really well. Now, this CPX is pretty stable as well. I'm sure that if I check tune on it right now, it might be, a teeny tiny off, but it's not enough to complain about. So, and I've had this guitar for probably about, I don't know, I want to say maybe 12 years or 14 years or something. And it's in really good condition. It's got a couple of little scratches here on the deck that we're actually from the damn factory case, and it has these clips that have little teeth on them that's supposed to come down and join to the bottom. Well, it looked like somebody didn't have it all the way in the case when the lid kind of came down, and it kind of rubbed across the soundboard and put some little dents in the finish, not broken through or anything. But at any rate, I'm not trying to sell you the guitar anyway, so I don't care. But the FG340 has the old style baseball bat sawed in half type neck, big round neck on it. And I never really had any problem with it at all. And people would pick it up and say, oh, this thing got pretty beefy neck on it. I'm like, yeah, but you play it and it just fits beautifully into your hand, which it does. And it also plays beautifully and sounds beautiful. And then the FG340 has a much more refined neck, a really nice neck on it. And this guitar has a really much thinner neck on it. It's, I'd say, getting down towards electric guitar kind of neck. And so it lends itself to, picking it around and, bending a few strings and of course, you plug it in back here. It's got the controls up on the top here. So it has a piezo pickup in the bridge, and then it has a microphone pickup in the box, which you can move around to kind of adjust how it's picking up the sound. And then with the controls, you can adjust the balance between those two pickups. And then it has a little filter on it here, equalizer, so that you can kind of adjust the sound. It's got volume controls, things like that. Pretty nice setup. No tuner in this, but hey, clip the tuner on the head, you're good to go. So has a nice mellow tone to it. Of course, with that cutaway, you can get right up on the top here. It's pretty nice. So, yeah, now this guitar has a solid top, and it's laminated back and sides. And I think it makes lends very, very much so lends stability to the whole thing. I'm kind of leery of like guitars like Martin, where, the guitar is 25 years old and you got to do a neck reset and you got to fix this and you got to fix that. I mean, seriously, that FG340 over there, honestly, made in 77 or 76. So that's like, 50 something years old. And literally played the shit out of that guitar. Never had a neck reset. I did shave the bridge down a little bit, but other than that, I mean, it has great sound. Let me play it for you here. Got that little bigger baseball neck on it. this guitar has been my main squeeze for many years. And look at that finish. The finish is really good on it. It's not cracked or crazed or anything. All the way around. Back's got, you know, a couple of little depression dents from belt buckle rash, but it's not broken through the finish or anything. And that is a 3-piece back. You can see inside there where they have the different things. Now this guitar was made in Taiwan, and shortly after they built the Taiwan plant, and that's a Yamaha plant. So Yamaha is interesting because a lot of these guitars have a lot of these manufacturers have their guitars built in these, like the Court plant in China makes guitars for like 50 different brands. The Yamaha guitar factory in wherever it is over there in China only makes Yamaha guitars. All their luthiers are trained by the factory in Hamamatsu, and then they go there and they build the guitars. They do a beautiful job. Their their quality control is just really, really good. And they you look at a tour of the factory on Facebook, and they play every guitar to make sure that it's working properly. You don't just rip them off the line and throw them in a box and ship them to you and hope for the best. So really impressed, very much impressed with the Yamahas. Like I say, this is my FG340, bought it new in, I want to say 77. And then of course, the latest flagship in the guitar line is this beauty here, an FG830. You know, a budget guitar, beautiful rosewood back and sides, laminate, but who cares? Solid spruce top, beautiful inlay, just a super, super nice neck on it, and beautiful sound. It has a little more projection than that 340. There you go. Well, that's the acoustic guitar breakdown of my little Yamaha appreciation video. You guys have a great day.